Hello and welcome everyone. This is Race on Oz TV. This is Pan Am Racing. It's the Summer Championship, the Northern Hemisphere. Anyway, Summer Championship for 2023. My name is Nick, and we are round number 3 into this series. We are going to be going around Monza, the 11-turn, 5.79 kilometre circuit. Looking forward to this one after our other trip to Italy in the previous round at Imola, where it was extremely wet. So in this series, the weather is set to the real world conditions of that particular part of the world. And as we all sort of found out, that they had some really devastating floods around that area, and the weather in the game actually did reflect that. So extremely wet conditions, but it was Gage Gonzalez who managed to take out the victory and make it 2 from 2 to start the season. Alberto Alvarez was in P2 there, his second P2 of the season, and in third it was Ramdani, Kanzari Ramdani, who took out the podium. In the silver class, it was Drew Burakovsky who took out the P1 after DNFing in round number 1. The driver who did win round number 1, Chris Rice, he finished 11th. Vadik came second, and then Devin Anthony was third. And then in the AM class, it was the number 88 Mercedes, Ryan Valentine, took out 2 from 2, and Ronaldo Julie is the number 88. Sorry, my mistake. Valentine is the car number 1. So let's get into it. Let's have a look at the standings. So it is Gage Gonzalez leading the way on top. So he's made it 2 from 2. He is leading the championship on 36 points for pro drivers. Alberto Alvarez in second on 30, and then I'm Not Jimmy. Had a disappointing finish there in 10th, had some issues in the beginning of the race there on 26. Then Ramdani, our other podium getter from round number 2, sitting in 4th on 26. Mateus Alves in 5th there, so a 5th and a 4th for 24 points. Juan Carres has had some strong results to start the season on 24 points. Nandava on 20 after a DNF in round number 1. Steve Young there in 8th, and then Andrew Sherman and Eric Satria rounding out the top 10 for the pro drivers. Let's have a look at the silver drivers. So it's Drew Burakovsky, as mentioned, he was the last round class winner on top of the standings on 36 points, tied with Chris Rice, who's in P2 there in the 992 Porsche, the number 21. Devin Anthony sitting in 3rd position after his podium, second podium of the season. Vadik sitting in 4th position there on 30 points in the Nissan. Brad Lee, the Aussie, 26 points in 5th. Then you've got Dan Schneider in the BMW on 24 points. Poe in another BMW, tied on 24 as well. Then Stu Skinner, Curtis Ruston, and John Rohrer rounding out the top 10 for the silver drivers. In terms of the AM standings, there's only a couple of drivers really going at it at the moment. Ryan Valentine has made it 2 from 2, so he's on 36 points, leading the way from Ronaldo Julie, who's sitting there 2 P2s in a row on 30 points. So that's the standings right now after round number 2.
Green light, go, go, go.
In terms of the track, Monza, it's a track that we're all quite familiar with. Hopefully we don't get any open public lobby activities in here today. I would think not. But we will wait and see as we're about to get qualifying underway. But that is the track. And let's go to live pictures. All right, here we go. Let me just... There we go. All right, cool. Let's get into it. Who's out there? Burakovsky. Jimmy is making his way out now. Hello, Vadik. In the chat. Hello to EC Companies Racing as well, asking about the number 88 AMG, as you can see on the screen. The Lamborghini, the number 88 Lamborghini. There you go. So maybe he's got his wires crossed potentially. But anyway, plenty of cars out on track at the moment. Car number 113. Looks like that's Eric Satria, making his way through the Ascari, out of the Ascari chicane. Expect to see plenty of action through there this evening, especially on the exit, where drivers can tend to get a little bit greedy, get their foot on the pedal, on the accelerator pedal a little bit too quickly. You can come undone there quite easily. Hopefully we don't see too much action through there and drivers have a nice clean race, but we'll wait and see as Eric Satrio is going to lead us off for the first timed lap. Makes his way into the turn one. Oh no, and that's it for him. Alright, so what about, where's Jimmy? Where are you? Number 69. There we go. I'm not Jimmy. Let's pick him up. Let's see if he can make his way through the Redifilio chicane. That looks a lot more tidy there. Pink Lamborghini looking resplendent as always. Makes his way through the Curva Grande. Now hard braking into the Della Roja chicane now. Chancing his arm with the big sausage curves there. Lesmo one. Oh, just pushing a little bit wide, a little bit of understeer there, but not too much. And Lesmo number 2. Running out onto that the AstroTurf there. That is the optimal line through there. 12:03 game time. Track is fast, as you can see, top right hand corner. 25 degrees air temperature, 31 degrees track temperature. As mentioned, this is real world weather settings. Is Jimmy climbing all over the little mini sausage curves and gets a rough run out of Ascari there, so that will no doubt upset his lap time, and he's actually invalidated his lap. So let's skip over to someone who is along the lines a little bit further. Retro Coffin's going to be our first time, 1:48.5. Who else is out there? Burns just sets a time. Ramdani as well. Julie will be crossing the line very shortly, one of the AM drivers, as we pick him up, making his way through to Parabolica. Getting a nice run out of there as we go on board. Short run to the line. Good enough for P4 right now. That's pretty tidy. Good start from him. See if he can keep it up. Poe just crossed the line. Just trying. We got a massive field today. It's hard to keep up with everyone at the moment. This is Juan Carres in the Porsche, the number 12. Currently sitting P6 in the championship, a 4th and a 5th so far this season. Only 2 rounds into it, so we're in the very early stages still. Makes his way to the line, and he moves up into P4 for now. What about Burakovsky? The silver driver, or did I lose him? I think I did. Let's get on to Devin Anthony instead. So it's Retro Coffin, a 1:48.5. Is his best time. And that was Devin Anthony crossing the line there. Kenneth Smith, he's probably not going to set a very rapid time at the moment. He's on a bit of a cool down lap. What about Chris Rice? He goes up into P15. What about Ronaldo Julie? Massive field today, 35 cars. That is a lot of cars. That's an awesome effort. Just shows you the strength of the league. Pan Am Racing doing great things. A lot of people in the background who make the engine tick, metaphorically speaking, of course. So this is Julie making his way towards the line as Artem has gone P1. So we've got a new leader of the pack. What about Ramdani? He's currently sitting P6. He's 6/10 up on his best time at the moment. Only less than 8.5 minutes left in this qualifying session. Setting the grid for round number 3. The Pan Am Racing Summer Championship. Last time out we were in Italy. We've stayed in the same country. Just moved around a little bit. Not as wet as it was last round. Juan Carrez goes up into P4. So nice work from him. What about Kenneth Ruston? Matthias Artem is currently P2. He's on a lap at the moment, but he's well down on his best time. Eric Lloyd is out there as well in P10, so I'll pick up the number 9 Ferrari very, very shortly. We'll stick with Kenneth Ruston. No, we won't, because he's well down on his best time. And just as I go over to Eric Lloyd, he's down on his best time as well, so he won't be moving. What about Kenneth Smith? He's all the way down there in P28, but he's 19 seconds up on his best time. Not too sure what's happening with that one there. We'll follow him anyway. We'll see where he does pop out here. Yeah, P16, not too bad for him. What about Andrew Sherman? Currently sitting in P20 right now. Looks like he's 7/10 up on his best time, and that moves him up into P6. So significant jump for him. McSharpen Barry, P9 for now, marginally up on his best time. See where he pops out. P9 for now. Here's Dan Schneider, P12, 2/10 up on his best time, moves him up into P9. Who else is out there? John Rohrer, currently P21, one of the silver drivers. Head of the silver drivers is Poe in P8 outright. Then Schneider and Ruston. The AM drivers, Burns, a new entry for the AM. We've got 4 AM drivers today, so that's nice to see the AM driver category growing as Rohrer moves up one position into P20. Matthias Artem, he was a 10th up on his best time. That's about how far off he is from Ramdani, who's currently sitting on pole position with less than 6 minutes left in the session. And he will improve on his time, but he doesn't improve enough to move up a position. I'm just trying to pick up someone close to the end of a lap. This is Yuzman. He is half a second up on his best time. He's currently sitting P18 at the moment. That would move him almost into the top 10, or thereabouts anyway, and it does, P10 exactly. Good work from him. What about Kenneth Smith? He's a couple of tenths up on his time. Should move him up a couple of spots, P17, nice work from him. What about Trainer? Jacob Trainer, an Australian. Good to see another. Oh, yeah, there was a bit of an incident in the background there. Let's see if we can see what's happened here. Or was it Devine, I think, maybe? Or was that Ascari? Or had it happened already? Oh, look at that. Oh, dear. That was not good. So, not too sure what happened there. John Rohrer having a bit of an off at Ascari as well. So, it's already claiming victims before the race has even begun. Juan Carrez, he's no victim. He's up into P2. He's on the front row of the grid. Nice work from Juan Carrez there. What about Burakovsky, our silver class leader? He's currently P9, second in class at the moment. Just a tick over 4 minutes remaining in this qualifying session. Setting the grid for round number 3. We're at Monza. As you can see, overcast conditions. Track is optimum right now. Burakovsky's time, is it optimum enough to move him up a spot? It is, into P9. Nice work from him. Gage Gonzalez, we have a new entry into P1. Plenty of action happening thick and fast with less than 4 minutes remaining. What about Usman? He's half a second up on his best time. Got to get a little toe from the Aston Martin just up ahead. And moves into P8. Nice work from him. What about Steve Young? He's a couple of tenths up on his best time. That might be enough to move him onto the front row of the grid. We will wait and see. He makes his way through Parabolica. He might pick up a little bit of a toe here as well. And he goes into P2. Nice work from Steve Young. So this session coming to the pointy end. Retro Coffin, he's a tenth up on his best time. That would be enough to move him a couple of spots. I love this livery as well. There's a lot of subtle detail in there. But that Porsche looking very, very nice right now. Will its position reflect its appearance? P6 to P2. So Retro Coffin moves onto the front row of the grid. We have a new contender who's entered the chat right now. What about Ramdani? He's down on his best time. Artem. Who else is out? I'm just trying to look for someone who's sort of relatively close to the end. No, so we might go with Burakovsky, just flickering between red and green right now. Just over 2 minutes left now. So the session rapidly coming to an end. Burakovsky crosses the line. He doesn't improve on his time. Let's go to Retro Coffin. So he is up on his best time again. Gage Gonzalez is out there but not improving. He's our pole position sitter right now. But this man on screen is 2 tenths up on his best time. That wouldn't actually be enough to move him up into pole position. He's chasing a 147.4. His best is a 148 flat. So not quite there at the moment. Let's see if there's Matthias Artem is just coming across now. Will he improve? Only marginally, but no. Is it enough to move a spot? No, it isn't. So P7 is where he's starting for now. Retro Coffin's lost a little bit of time there. Out of Ascari, so he's only marginally up. 7/100ths of a second was the best. Goes through Parabolica, not gaining much time at all. So certainly not going to threaten Gage Gonzalez at this stage with that time. What about Andrew Sherman? He's 3 tenths up on his best. That would get him into the top 10 if it continues to track that way. And it does, into P9. Nice work from him. Man, massive field. 35 cars. I can't get over that at the moment. That's awesome. Means this race is going to be hectic. I will be saving replays as well throughout the race, so we'll be able to go back and have a look if there is any noteworthy occasions as we come down to the final 30 seconds of this qualifying session. It's Gage Gonzalez still leading the way. Retro Coffin, Young, Ramdani, Lloyd, Kares, Artem, Alves, Sherman, Usman. That's your top 10 right now in a 35 car field. Ramdani just losing a little bit of time there in the latter part of the lap, so he will not improve at this stage. He does gain a little bit of time through Parabolica, and he goes into P3, so he proves me wrong. Says, Nick, stuff you. I'm going to move up a spot anyway. And he is on the second row of the grid. Matthias Artem, he's looking to move himself up closer to the front of the field. He's P7 right now as we've gone 000. So this will be the final time he crosses the line. 3 tenths up. Is it good enough for the front row? It is! He goes into P2. Matthias Artem pulls it out in the dying moments of this qualifying session. Still got cars out on track. One of them is Schneider. He is sitting P19, not improving on his time right now. So that may be where he remains. Might flick over to this man here, Gage Gonzalez. He's our pole position sitter. And he is currently on a lap where he's 3 tenths up on his best time. So he's absolutely flying at the moment. A 147.455 is his best time. He's looking to lower that even further. He's already 4 tenths, almost 5 tenths faster than his closest rival, Matthias Artem. As he goes for the line, shortest direction there. 47.180, so 7, almost 8/10 faster than Matthias Artem in P2. So Gage Gonzalez is in some form in the new updated McLaren as well. So giving that a run as we're looking at Matthias Alves. And I've been calling Matt Artem Matthias. I do apologise for that. P9 for Matthias Alves. What about Vadik? He is not going to improve on his time, I would think. So there it is, everyone. Gage Gonzalez with the pole position time. Congratulations to him. So it's Gage Gonzalez on top there from Artem, Devine, Coffin, Ramdani, Sky, Lloyd, Karas, Alves, Sherman. Now silver, so it's Vadik in silver from Ruston and Poe. So they're 12th, 13th, 14th outright. And then Burns as well. So a newcomer to the AM division. He is P25 outright, but leader of the AM class from Julie Valentine and Alexievich. Oh, that's a tough name. I do apologise. I butchered that terribly. All right. Well, Gage Gonzalez. That is not an unusual name to see at the top of the times. He is our pole position sitter, and we are not far away from getting this one underway. We'll be back in a couple of minutes, and we'll be ready for round number 3 of the Pan Am Racing Series. We'll be back very, very shortly. Be back in a couple of minutes. All right, everyone, we are back. We've got a couple of minutes before we get this one underway, so might as well go for a bit of a wander. You know, have a look around. Look at the weather. The weather is a lot nicer right now. So that is our grid right there. So all 35 cars lined up nicely. Might take a bit of a look. So Gage Gonzalez, P1. Nice work from him. Have a look at. Let's check out some liveries. So this is Matt Devine with the Golf Oils livery. There's one nice looking Porsche. I like that a lot. Yeah, here's the retro coffin one. Look at this little signature right there. And yeah, very nice livery indeed. Lots of work goes into these. Some of them. Not all of them. Some people aren't really that way inclined. They just like the racing. Other people, this is Andrew Sherman as well. Bit of work's going into that too. The number 94. Looking very, very nice indeed. Who else do we have throughout the field? There's Jimmy in the signature pink colour of his. Who else was out there? I'm not too sure if this is an in-game one or... Man, that looks like it's a lot of work to do that. If that's a... Oh, have a look at this one. This is pretty cool. 08. Who is that? That is Drew Stanley. Now that is one very, very nice looking livery indeed. So that's a really nice looking one. Who else is out here? As we're not far away from getting this one started. Hopefully we can all get through turn 1 without any dramas.
10 seconds.
As we are about to get the parade lap underway. AJS 194 is meant to be similar to my livery. Yeah, that's what I thought as well. So Chris Rise, he's on the cover. You were on the thumbnail this week, Chris Rise. Retro Coffin just commenting on that as well. As all the cars are going to... you know why? Because... There we go. Hang on. We'll just go back to 3. Alright, so we won't mess around with that. Here we go. Alright, so let's go through the field. So Gage Gonzalez leading the way. Matt Artem in second there. Matt Devine sitting in third position. This will be a relatively quick warm-up lap as well. It's a relatively short circuit. Only 11 turns. It certainly packs a punch. Ramdani in the Aston Martin there as well. So a couple of Porsches. 3 Porsches in the top 6. 5 in total in the top 10. So plenty of Porsche love right now. Usman, what happened? He's in the pits. So has he missed the start? And he's going to find his way out of the pits at the start of the race. And Alexander Alexievich, I think so. Anyway, 2 drivers starting from the pits, so we've got a couple of guys who've missed the start there. We get back to these guys making their way through the Lesmos. Sharpenberry in the Ferrari. Plenty of Ferraris, plenty of Lamborghinis, plenty of Porsches, as you would expect given the new updates and whatnot that has come out. Seems like there's been an update nearly every day this week for this game. Every time I open it up, there's a new update to be downloaded. So here's Rowdy Burns in car number 24, car number 51. So he's the AM class pole winner, and Curtis Ruston was the silver class pole sitter as well. So we've got 4 AM drivers in the field for this race, which is really encouraging to see. And we'll travel a little bit further down the field as they're making their way through Ascari now. Bradley in the 666 Lamborghini. Stu Skinner in there as well. Jeremy Eastcott. And then you got the 2 guys in the pits. But Gage Gonzalez looking to make it 3 from 3. Can anyone knock him off his perch? So far, he's been perfect in this series. Let's see if Artem, Devine, Coffin, Ramdani, Young, Lloyd, Carres, Alves or Sherman can step up and try and knock Gage Gonzalez from his perch. And he sits atop of the standings right now as they make their way through Parabolica. Get the replay button ready. We're about to head into the Redifilio chicane with 35 cars. This is going to be interesting. Alright, so they approach the line.
Green light.
There it is. There's the signal. Race is underway. Looks like it's a good start from the top 6 anyway. Looks like Sherman in there trying to make up some ground on Carres and Alves as they make their way into turn 1 right now. Gonzalez pulls it up, running a little bit, couple of cars run a little bit deep through there. And it is a traffic jam and a half. Looks like everyone managed to get through relatively okay through there. Bradley might have had an issue through there, but doesn't look like there was too much dramas. Lap 1, turn 1, it's just trying to get the timing screen up to date here. Vadik has had an issue through there coming out of the Curva Grande. Cars everywhere at the moment. And just trying to keep control of this broadcast. So Gonzalez leading the way from Coffin, Devine in there, Sky, Artem, Ramdani, Sherman, Alves, Vadik's in there as well. Looks like everyone's managed to get through relatively unscathed. Just heading down through the field. So yeah, good stuff. But our race leader, Gage Gonzalez, 0.6 of a second already. The gap as they make their way out of Ascari through Parabolica for the first time. He runs a little bit wide through there, Artem, so that's going to cost him a couple of positions. That was Alves as well. Oh dear, that was a big one. So let's just see how that came about here. Might go on board with him. Probably give us a bit more of an idea. He's just lost it. Lost the back end. And then the big hit from the BMW. I think that might have been Traynor, possibly. Not too sure. So as we go back to live pictures, Jimmy was involved with it. A little bit of contact there at the Redifilio chicane. Back to the action though. This is Matt Artem. He's chasing down Steve Young as they go into the Della Roja chicane. Side by side, sending it up the inside. Doesn't quite get the job done through there. Have to fight back. He's got Sherman in the 94 Porsche tucked in behind him as well. So plenty of action happening right now in the opening stages of this one. But it looks like most people got away without any dramas. And Poe, speaking of dramas, he's had one. That's at Lesmo 1. Let's see what happened there. He was already on the sausage curbs. Who's that? That's Devin Anthony just tucked in behind him. He's got high on the curb. He's already got big damage already. And yeah, he's gone off the road through there, through Lesmo 1. So we go back to live pictures now. Still Gonzalez leading from Coffin, Devine, Ramdani, Young, Artem, Sherman, Vadik, Burakovsky, Carres. That's your top 10 right now. Plenty of action. Have a look at this battle here. This looks awesome. That's Valentine in there as well. Julie, the other AM driver. Get back to it here. There it is. A bit of a punt from behind there. That 88 Lamborghini looks like it's got a little bit of damage. There's Valentine just making accidental contacts with the rear of the Lamborghini. So this is all happening down at the rear of the field. Julie being hounded by Vincent in the Ferrari. One of the pro drivers just mixing it up with a couple of the AM guys at the rear of the field. And that all simmers down now as Artem and Young exchanging positions again. So Young manages to get past Artem there. That looks like it was into the Rettifilio chicane. Oh no, he'd already got it done. Maybe Artem had made the move. Yeah, so he managed to get past momentarily, and then Young was able to fight him off and live to fight another day. Sharpenberry looks like he's lost a couple of spots as well. Alright, very, very intense race start there. Plenty of action going on. This is Vadik down here in P8. He's chasing down Andrew Sherman. So the first 5 minutes has been action-packed, absolutely flown by. And looks like we've still got 34 going, which is awesome, considering it's Monza. And the race has really simmered down now. So Gage Gonzalez leading the way. He's 1.4 seconds ahead of Retro Coffin. Devine's a further 2 seconds behind. Ramdani, Young, Artem, Sherman, Vadik, Burakovsky and Karas. That's your top 10 right now. We're looking at Vadik. He's in the middle of a pack right now. That's one. Karas putting the move on Burakovsky into turn 1. Nice work from one Karas. So he moves up a position there into P9 for now. Good start from him. So it's pretty tight between P6 to P10 and 11. Even P12, you've got Trainer in the BMW. He's hounding the back of Eric Lloyd in the number 9 Ferrari. So they come into the Della Roja. Just a couple of wheels on the dirt there. No harm done. And what's happened here? Stu Skinner. Oh, it's all happening right here at the Della Roja. Cars behind him all fighting intensely for position. Alright, so that seems to have settled itself down. We've got a massive train of cars from pretty much P6 through to P12, all separated by less than a second. As we're looking at Trainer right now. Out in front, it's 2.4 seconds the gap between Retro Coffin and Gage Gonzalez. His last lap around was a 47.597, the fastest lap of the race. So he's all over it right now. Juan Carres looking to make a move on Vadik. Can't quite get it done on the Nissan. So he'll continue to fight on. Trainer, he's just latched on to the rear of Eric Lloyd. Goes right and looks to go left down the inside. Thinks better of it. Saves himself any potential pain, and he will continue on as well. Looks like Rowdy Burns has managed to get past Devin Anthony, so he's moved himself up into P19, the AM driver, so he's the leader of the AM class right now. Leader of the silver class is Vadik from Burakovsky and Schneider. Let's move back to this battle here between Artem and Young. 2.8 seconds is the gap between Gonzalez and Retro Coffin. Devine, Ramdani and Young. We're looking at Artem and Young. Race has simmered down a bit. Got into a nice rhythm. Track's at optimum, so perfect conditions. Sun is shining. Looking very enjoyable out there right now. Usman, what happened? Where are we? Oh, no, that's an Ascari. That was a big one. Oh, dear. I think Eastcott was involved in that as well. Let's see if we can find out what happened. So he just lost it a little bit there. Ascari by himself. Oh, that was a big hit into the wall. Oh, then he clipped someone coming through. And I wonder if Eastcott got caught up in it here at the end. Nothing that I can really see. So he continues on his way for now. Let's get back to live action here. That was the BMW, I think, a trainer just in the background there, getting a little bit agricultural through there. Gonzalez extends his lead. 3.5 seconds is the gap between him and Retro Coffin. And Artem and Young continue to go at it. I think Artem might have it this time. He does. As he pulls it up to Ascari. Nice work from him. Let's see if we can see how this came about. We go to the helicopter view, and there he goes. He got a good run out of Lesmo 2. And the Audi just proved to be a little bit too quick for the Porsche. And he gets the move done. So Matt Artem moves up into P5 for now. So a strong start from him in the 414 Audi. Juan Carres is tucked in behind Vatic as well. So those two continue to battle it out. Steve Young, no doubt, will be looking for a way past Artem again after being overtaken. And looks like turn 1 isn't going to be where he'll make that happen. What about Eric Lloyd? Have a look at this little battle down here. That's Burakovsky in there as well. He has to take evasive action. Crawls all over the sausage curbs. We'll see if he regresses here. Lloyd looks like he's got a pretty good run anyway. Tucks out of the draft. Looking to send it up the inside. Oh, make a little bit of contact. And that's a nice move from Eric Lloyd. So he gets the job done. Takes back P10. I think Vatic might have had a little bit of a moment through there as well. But all's well that ends well. And the battle for 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th is very hot indeed. That's Juan Carres just ahead. And I think that's McSharpenberry and Jimmy as well. They're looking to latch on to this battle as trainer. Trying to get past as Burakovsky and trainer going at it. This is going to play right into the hands of Jimmy here. As they go through Ascari, trainer just getting a little bit loose through there. And Jimmy making his way past the BMW. So the number 69 Lamborghini moves up into P12. So Jimmy will continue on his way. As we go back to Eric Lloyd and Vatic. They continue to battle out for P9 and P10. There's been some great action. Jimmy and Burakovsky now. Jimmy looking to take another position, and he does, up the inside. And that's a nice move, getting it done. And he moves up another spot, P11, so he's on a bit of a charge at the moment. Looks like Usman got trying to see what's happened here. Oh, Valentine and Hackey are both in the pits. Not too sure if that's a scheduled stop for either of them. See how long they've been in there. A couple of minutes now. Oh, Julie coming into the pits as well, so he's decided that's enough for him. We're looking at Stu Skinner down in P22, chasing down John Rohrer. The gap out in front, Gage Gonzalez continues to lead this race. 4.5 seconds is the gap. That's why I've not shown him on the screen, because he's been in a league of his own. Might get stuck over to Andrew Sherman though, because he's chasing down Steve Young. This is for 6th and 7th. Just eases off. They go into Parabolica. Try and wind it up and get a nice little toe. Follow this battle as it continues to unfold. Almost the quarter way mark of this one too. So 60-minute race. It does tend to fly by pretty quick. We hear the revs continue to rise. Sherman follows Young. So that's in 6th and 7th. Jimmy continues to charge. He's in 11th. He's got Vadik next on his list. Borokovsky tucked in there. Trainer and McSharpenberry all vying for the one piece of bitumen. Oh, Bradley. What happened, Bradley? Let's see if we can catch that on the replay. So he's by himself into Parabolica and... I wonder if he... Not too sure. Oh, I think he's just letting someone past and... Oh, unfortunately, no good deed goes unpunished. And he's just lost that by himself. Oh, we've got an issue at Ascari. This is the number 66 Mercedes. Let's see what happens here. Oh, I just hit the sausage curb, and that was enough to bring him undone. So down there in P27 as he'll get the Mercedes going again, and he will continue his race. For now, let's go. Oh, Retro Coffin. He's dropped a couple of spots while we're watching that. Let's see if we can pick up anything that might have happened here. Oh, so he's had an issue out of Ascari. And then he's lost another position here too. So as we go back to live pictures. So he's under attack from Matt Artem right now. Man, this race has had a little bit of everything at this stage. Gage Gonzalez, though, he's been the only one consistent. He's 10.6 seconds ahead of Matt Devine now. So Gage doing it pretty easy. 47.8 was his last lap. Only 3/10 off the fastest lap of the race. That belongs to him indeed. So he's doing it pretty good at the moment. Andrew Sherman and Steve Young. Both of these guys fighting it out for 6th and 7th right now. So nice little scrap brewing there. We might flick over to McSharpenberry as well. He's all over the back of the trainer. This is 13th and 14th. So it goes through Lesmo 2. Trainer looking like he's trying to get his way past Barakovsky through Ascari. That was Jimmy just up ahead, running a little bit wide through there, but no harm done to him. Sherman and Steve Young continue to go. He's got his wipers on at the moment. Steve Young, he did have his wipers on. They're going to go side by side down the front straight. Who can break the latest, Sherman or Young? And it looks like it's Young at this stage. He's able to take that position back. Sherman able to get the little over-under happening here. This is going to continue on though through the Curva Grande. We'll keep following this action. They're going to go side by side through there now. You can see the Porsche of Sherman just in the rearview mirror. He's going to have the inside line here for the Redifilio 1. Carres has been the biggest beneficiary from these two scrapping together. As he's made up a lot of ground on both of these, and you saw the red Ferrari of Eric Lloyd there in the background too, so he'll be looking to make up some ground on these drivers. As John Rohrer is in the pits, we're almost a third race distance at this stage. Young just dealing with a little bit of traffic there. It's one of the Mercedes. I think it might be Stanley, I'm not too sure. Not really held up at all. And Devine and Ramdani. So Ramdani manages to get past Devine. I wonder what happened there. Let's have a look at the replay, shall we? Oh, so he had a little issue out of Ascari. I thought that might have been the case. And so that's opened it up for Ramdani. And the big V8 in that Aston Martin gave him plenty of tow, and he was able to get past as we go back to live pictures right now. And there's what you see on the screen. We've got a car around at Parabolica. That's the number 66 Mercedes. He's got them going again. So that was Alexievich. I think that's how I pronounce it. It's a hard one. Matt Devine in the Gulf Oils liveried Porsche. So he's going to have to work his way back past Ramonda. He was sitting comfortably in P2 until that previous lap. So he'll be looking to make his way past that Aston Martin again of Ramdani. In the meantime, Trainer looking to put a move on. That might have cost him a spot. I think it's going to. McSharpenberry sneaks through there. See what happened here. So this is out of the Curva Grande. This will be going into the Della Roja. And has he made a big lunge here, or has he outbraked himself? I reckon he might have outbraked himself there and taken evasive action. And in the meantime, that's allowed McSharpenberry to come through there. And then Jimmy will be looking to make his way past as well in quick time. Let's go to Robinson. So he's up there in P18. He's chasing down Nandava. These guys, I'm seeing plenty of red. Red on my screen indicating invalidated laps. So this is a track where you can get the time penalty for that, as Rohrer takes a position away and moves up into P28. So a couple of position changes in the lower part of the field. Jimmy deciding to pit. So 23 minutes into the race, and McSharpenberry has made the same decision as well. So seeing a couple of pit stops. Minimum pit stop for tyres and fuel. So Gonzalez is leading this by a hefty margin right now. 14 seconds, in fact, is the gap between him and Ramdani. Devine sitting there in second. Sorry, in third. Retro Coffin in fourth. I'm just looking for a little bit more on-track action. So with the pit stops in this field, just spreading out a little bit at the moment. Still have 34 cars, so that's still an excellent result. Might flick across to Retro Coffin. Sitting tucked in behind Devine. Oh no, that was almost a spin in sympathy. He saw Devine get almost airborne. Let's go to the replay on that. Here it is. So they make their way to Ascari. Devine's had his problems through there, hit the curb on there, and then the big, look at that, airborne. Oh wow, that would make for a great photo. As we go back to live pictures. And so Retro Coffin there in P8. Now he's dropped down a bit further into the pack. So having a big impact on his race. Devine pitting. Retro Coffin, I believe, doing the same. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Yeah, beautiful. All right. Kenneth Smith He's looking at the back of Schneider, so he's in 11th right now. This race has been pretty hectic, been hard to keep up with. 34 cars in the field. There's action going on everywhere. But Kenny Smith and Schneider is what we see on the screen. So we're fast approaching the halfway mark. Had some cars make their pit stops, not all. Duck over to Robinson and then Darver just behind. Here they are. So go through Lesmo 1. So this is Robinson chasing down Nandava, 12th and 13th. Nandava just getting a little bit wobbly out of Lesmo 2, but that hasn't hindered his pace at all. Robinson just poking the nose out, having a look. Oh, did he almost lost it out of Ascari. He's lost a couple of positions though, so that was probably the best case scenario for him. Burakovsky and Trainer have swapped positions while we're watching that, and then he's gone into the pits, and Rowdy Burns looks like he's had a little bit of an issue at Ascari as well. So more action kicking off there. Kenneth Smith making his way into the pits. Eric Lloyd is now chasing down Juan Carres. So pit stop starting to happen right now. Gage Gonzalez hasn't pitted from the lead. He's 15.5 seconds ahead. We're looking at these two though. Just trying to see some big movers and shakers. Plenty of red. Matt Devine says he's up 17 spots, but I believe he's down 17 spots. Started in P3. Schneider has been a mover and shaker too, so we might just leave that for after the pit stops. As Smith and Trainer are both in there right now. As we continue to watch Juan Carres in P5. He's got Eric Lloyd tucked in behind him. Let's see how their trip through Ascari goes this time. Oh, not that good for Eric Lloyd. So he makes a little mistake through there. Not the first driver this race, but that gives a little bit more breathing room to Juan Carres now. Rick Sharpenberry has moved up a spot as well, so he would have overtaken Trainer in the pits. Let's go to Burakovsky and Vadik. Vadik's having a good race. Where did he start? He started in P12, so he's moved up 5 spots. He's the silver class leader right now. Burakovsky's in second and Schneider's in third, so they're 7th, 8th and 9th outright. So the top 3 silver drivers are all line astern right now. They're heading down the front straight. Burakovsky not able to find a way past this time around. So still plenty of drivers yet to make a pit stop. We go on board with the Lamborghini. He had his foot firmed, pressed very hard on the brake pedal there, Burakovsky. Just pulling the car up in time. They come out of Lesmo 2. Let's see how they go. Oh, hang on, Juan Carres just tucked in behind Andrew Sherman. Let's see how these guys go through Ascari now. Once translated, it means Spear of God. Ascari. Seeing plenty of cars spear off through here, but not on this time around, so they're able to navigate it without incident. as we fast approach the halfway mark of this one. And once again, it's been a masterclass from Gage Gonzalez. As Burakovsky sends it up the inside of Parabolica on Vadik, and he gets the job done. So that was a nice move. Nice and clean. And Vadik going to try and fight back here. The Nissan versus Lamborghini. And I think Vadik's going to be able to take this position back here. They got a Porsche coming out of the pits. Means they have to go 3 wide. They make contact and Vadik loses it and goes around, round. And unfortunately that Porsche just distracted both of these guys. And that was it. Oh, and have a look at this. They've come out side by side again. So nothing ventured, nothing gained there between these two. So I don't know how Vadik did that, but he's managed to do it. I can't go back to the replay now. We've gone too far forward. So that was a cracker. So he's still sitting in P7. Carres, Nandava and Burns, they're all in the pits, so they're making their stops. So more and more drivers, that little box next to their number is turning green, indicating that they have indeed made a pit stop. Only one required. Stanley and Eastcott. Where are they? They're Lesmo 2 right now. So Stanley managed to get past. Let's have a look at the replay. So Eastcott just runs a little bit deep there through Lesmo 1. And that's enough for Stanley to slip by. And he takes that position away. So Stanley in P26, Jeremy Eastcott in P27, 2 pro drivers. As we go back to live pictures. Vadik and Burakovsky continue to go at it. Oh, look at the damage on the front of Vadik's car there. So the bonnet there coming up, and that is looking like an absolute handful. And he is going to come into the pits, and Burakovsky is going to follow him. So these two cannot get away from each other. Let's see if we can just pick up what happened here. So this is through Parabolica. This has picked it up pretty late through proceedings. And look at that wobble on the car on the Nissan. So I wonder if he's had a hit somewhere else prior to that, because that bonnet wasn't necessarily like that after he had the incident at the Rettifilio. So we go back to live pictures. We'll pick up Eric Lloyd. He's chasing down Andrew Sherman. So drivers that are yet to pit: Gonzalez, Artem, Sherman, Lloyd, and then Schneider. Oh no! Lloyd goes around at Lesmo 1. And he did that by himself as well. And he'll have a little bit of light damage there, you'd have to think, at least. And he hasn't stopped yet. That might just be the motivation for him to do so. More cars in the pits. Vincent, Burakovsky and Vadik still in there, so we've got plenty of damage to repair. Hackey and Skinner, he swapped positions. So the number 991 Lamborghini moves up into P28. Stu Skinner drops down into P29. Gage Gonzalez, our race leader, is in the pits. That means this man here on screen, Matt Artem, is our race leader for now. Let's see what the pit stop times, what looks like it's about a pass score. Ooh, 50, maybe 50 seconds, 50 odd seconds, I think. Total pit stop time. Gonzalez still in there for now. Was it about a minute 5? One Carres was a minute 5. I reckon Gonzalez will probably be around about that as well. No, he's a little bit longer. He's almost a minute 7. There we go. A couple of seconds longer. He had a significant gap though, so don't think that's going to cause too much of an issue for him. He's been a mile out in front, so he's gotten going again. And Ramdani moves that position, and there's Gage Gonzalez. So comes out in P3. Artem and Sherman in the cars ahead, yet to pit. So Schneider, Lloyd, Usman and Rustin all in the pits. And that means all drivers will nearly have completed their pit stop. We'll only have 5 to go. 2 of those cars are in P1 and P2. As we're looking at Nandava and Retro Coffin heading up the front straight here. On board the Aston Martin. That was the BMW just coming out of the pits there as well. So we saw that cause a little bit of chaos earlier on. That's Jimmy in there too. So this is all for position. Steve Young in there too. So this is all for position. All these drivers have pitted. Usman and Rustin are in there. So is Artem and Sherman. So Gage Gonzalez will soon retake the lead of this one. As we'll just stick with this group of cars right now. That's Retro Coffin just getting past Schneider. So that was for position. And then Nandava says, I want a piece of that as well. Coming through, got the elbows out. He's coming under attack now, Schneider. There goes Jimmy. And Young coming through. So the silver driver just getting a bit swamped there by the pro drivers coming through. And off they go like a hungry pack of hyenas. I was saying, coming to get what we want. And we're going and getting more at the moment. So he loses a couple of positions there. Schneider down into P14. One of those hyenas was Jimmy. He's got Nandava ahead of him now. And Sherman makes his pit stop. And he comes out in P5. Juan Carres now has moved into P4. A little update on your timing screen that you can see momentarily. And this is for P2 and P3. So Artem and Ramdani. As Gage Gonzalez is in the lead again. So he's completed his pit stop. And he's come back out in front. We're in the second half of this one. Just a tick over 23 minutes remaining. And if the first 37 minutes are an indicator of what's to come, we should see plenty more action happening in this one. This is for a podium position between these two. Gage Gonzalez, he's well in control of this race. He's 20 seconds up the road from these two. Looks like Jimmy managing to get past Nandava. Just get back to that battle that we were watching earlier. And then Steve Young wanting a piece of this too. We go through Lesmo too. And just see how that came about for Jimmy. There it is, up the inside. And gets it done nicely. And then Steve Young wanted to get a bit of a piece of it as well. Couldn't quite get it done through Lesmo 2, as we will go back to live pictures now. Let's go back to Ramdani and Artem. This is P2 and P3. And looks like Steve Young managed to get that move done eventually. And he moves past Nandava into P12 for now. It's quite competitive down there, 14th, 15th and 16th. Not a lot between them. We'll stick with these two guys. Artem just out of the pits not long ago, a lap or so. Ooh, bouncing through the Della Roja. So an Audi versus Aston Martin. As they head down the slight hill, they go under the bridge that forms a part of the old oval track. There it is. And Ramdani, ooh, edged past momentarily. And the Audi avoiding the curbs at all cost, as you want to do in that car. So Ramdani now Just able to get around the outside. Once again, takes the position momentarily, but Artem manages to fight back. So he's not going to give this up without a fight. Matt Artem in P2. And now Ramdani tucked into the slipstream of the Audi, trying to go defensive. Going to force him around the outside. And once again, Ramdani, frustratingly close for him. Going to just have to keep his cool here. Stay patient. Wait for his opportunity. You see the braking markers and whatnot strewn across the track in the background. In the meantime, Burakovsky has managed to move past Schneider, so Schneider loses another position. We'll move back to this battle here. This is for second and third. This is at the pointy end of the field. That is one car is just lurking in the background. So Artem on that last lap did a 50 flat. Ramdani did a 49.960. And Juan Carres did a 48.7. So a little bit of a pace advantage to Juan Carres. He's got some clean air. These two were fighting amongst themselves. Juan Carres will be keen to insert himself into the conversation for a podium finish. Just trying to see how many times he's been on the podium this season. None. Fourth and a fifth for him. Ramdani, he took out P3 in the last race. And Matt Artem, I don't think he's been on the board yet. So here we go into Parabolica. Looking to go around the outside again, but the Audi just able to cut him off with the inside line. And it continues to be Matt Artem in P2, Ramdani in third. Once again, trying to pick up the toe. Significant characteristic of this circuit. And this is really good driving between these two. Hard and fair. Last lap around, Juan Carres was about 4/10 faster than these two. So he's just making up a little bit of ground every lap. As these two continue to battle it out. Retro Coffin. Looks like he's managed to get past Kenneth Smith. We'll have a quick look at how that came about. He's moved himself up into P9. And up the front straight. Ducks out of the toe. Sends it up the inside. And textbook stuff there from Retro Coffin. So he takes away P9 as we go back to live pictures. Let's get back to this battle here. Matt Artem and Ramdani. No issues through Ascari. Lap times 5/100ths of a second between these two on their previous lap. Juan Carres still remains 3 points. Oh no! And that's Artem. What happened there? That was just go on board with him. Just veered sharply to the left there, coming through Parabolica. So was that a correction? Oh, it was a correction. Yeah. So he's just losing the back end there, and fortunate that he didn't go around. Does lose a position though, and Juan Carres will be looking to hunt him down now. Carres was a couple seconds faster due to that issue from Artem on the last lap. And that opens up a bit of breathing room for Ramdani. So almost in the final quarter hour of this one, round number 3 coming to an end. Might just duck across to Nandava and Schneider. They're down there in 14th and 15th. And Drew Stanley and Guzman. Have a look at this. That's Eastcott in there as well. And Stanley just dropping a position to Guzman. Oh, almost makes contact onto the front straight. Still going to battle it out all the way down into the Rettifilio. That's Eastcott in the Ferrari in the background there. So this is all for position. And that's the Audi, able to slip up the inside, braked a little bit too late there, outbraked himself. Still manages to stay as it was, entering the chicane there. And on the exit, this is Young and Jimmy. Looks like that's a change of position. Oh, Jimmy. So looks like he had an issue out of Lesmo number 2. And that's allowed Steve Young to move through. So Young now in P11 in the 194 Porsche. We'll go back to live pictures momentarily. There we are. And that's Jimmy now trying to hunt down the Porsche of Young. Oh, Rowdy Burns has made contact with something or someone. He's dropped a position to Guzman. So the AM driver. Oh, and Kenneth Smith. That is at turn 1 and 2. Manages to get going again. So Rowdy Burns, though, he is our AM leader. So leading from Valentine and Julie. And then for the silver class, it's Burakovsky. He's leading from Schneider and Vadik, who's 18th outright. This is Robinson and Nandava in 15th and 16th. About 0.3 of a second, the difference between Nandava and Robinson on that previous lap. Do we have another twist in the tail? Gage Gonzalez. Barely seen him today. 26 seconds is the gap between him and Ramdani. There's Nandava and Robinson going side by side into the Ascari chicane. Both get through there unscathed. I'll continue their fight on into Parabolica. We go on board with Robinson. I think he's going to get it done here. He is. The number 14 Mercedes moves himself up into P15. Jimmy now closing in on Young. They've got a back marker there. That's the Lamborghini. Not too sure who that belongs to. Just trying to get out of the way. Did a good job there. Of course, no issues. Nandava and Robinson had their turn going through there. And now, Juan Carres is less than a second behind Matt Artem in the Audi. So Artem is 2.5 seconds behind Ramdani in second. Last lap around, Artem did a 48.895 to a 48.930 belonging to Carres. Keep an eye on that gap between those two. Two of the closest cars on the track. Sherman. Oh, he's had an issue at Ascari. Let's see what happened there. If we can pick it up. Oh, he's hit the sausage curb there on the inside. And then, oh, yep, again. And that was one too many times. And, oh, that's awkward for him. Not a great place to end up. Getting himself going again as we go back to live pictures. There we are. Jimmy now still continuing to close in on Steve Young. 11th and 12th for these two. Juan Carres just lost a 10th in the gap between him and Matt Artem. So The fight for third is not over yet. We've still got just a tick over 10 minutes remaining. Still a bit of time left for him to make a move, try and claim a podium, be the first of the season for him. Gage Gonzalez is well on his way to making it 3 from 3 and take a bit of a stranglehold on this championship. As we duck over to these two. Last lap around, Artem did a 48.930. Karas did a 48.552. So just over 3/10 the gap in pace. That last lap around is reflected in the delta. So 0.8 of a second now. Don't really need me to tell you what the gap is. You can see it right there as we go on board, giving you the driver's eye view. Making his way through Parabolica. Trying to just stay in the toe of Artem there, using every bit of advantage that he can get. Comes down into 2-1. Jimmy and Steve Young. Let's keep an eye on these two as well. They're battling it out, two pro drivers. So Burakovsky and Schneider are P1 and 2 in silver. Vadik is the third there. And then Burns, Valentine and Julie as the top three for AM. Here goes Jimmy. Has he got enough toe in that Lamborghini? Not quite. Soon run out of opportunities. Less than 10 minutes remaining. 8.5 to go. The gap between Karas and Artem is just eked out a little bit. 1.3 seconds now, the gap. So Artem able to respond. He was a 10th quicker on that last lap than one Karas. So Artem able to step up when required. Have a look at Alves and Vincent. This is down in 19th and 20th. Two Ferraris going at it. A little bit of Morse code for, can you please get out of the way or hurry up, from Alves to Vincent. And all's well that ends well. Might follow this through into the De La Roja. He's going to send it up the inside. Vincent, oh, he took evasive action and then just accidentally tagged him. And it's a stare off right now. Oh, they make contact again. That was very awkward between those two. Oh, Artem, what has happened here? So Artem and Ramdani. Let's see if we can just pick up what happened here. So this would be Ramdani. Oh, so he's had contact. Oh, another one with the Porsche there. I think that was the 97 Porsche. I'll have to double check that. And there's Artem coming by and Karas in the background. Wow, so talk about late race twists. So Matt Artem all of a sudden finds himself in P2. Ramdani now into P3 and one car is still in P4. Just under 7 minutes left in this one, and we've still got plenty of action. I think it's going to go all the way down to the Y here. What we've seen already is a precursor for the future. One car is though, we'll just be hoping a little bit of luck can go his way now. Who was that in the Porsche? I think it was a 97 Porsche. Was it Stu Skinner possibly? Pretty sure it was. And this is Ramdani all over the back of Artem. He's just serendipitously found himself in P2. He's got 6 minutes to hold on here. Gage Gonzalez, barely seen him today. He's 30 seconds ahead of the field. He's been the class of the field all day. Here's Ramdani. Going to go around the outside. And as we've seen many times before, that Audi is just positioned beautifully to make it as difficult as possible for the car behind to get past. And Matt Artem trying to hold on to P2 here. Juan Carres trying to find a way to get onto the podium here. It will be his first time of the season. Ramdani took a podium last time around, so he knows what it's like to step up onto that podium. Retro Coffin and Sherman made they've swapped positions. I'll stick with this instead because this is for the podium. This is for second, third and fourth right now on the screen. Less than 5 minutes remaining now at the very, very pointy end of this one. Ramdani can't quite get it done into Ascari. Oh, a little bit of a rough, bumpy ride on the exit. Both drivers making it through unscathed. Juan Carres just behind these two. Ramdani now looking to go around the outside. Artem once again positioning himself beautifully. Can Ramdani get a run out of here and wind up that big V8 of the Aston Martin? Aston Martin versus Audi up the front straight. Aston just edging ahead minorly, and there it is. So he's able to take P2 back, and Artem finds himself back in third position. Oh, he's going to brake a bit later here. Awesome work from Artem. That was great stuff. Into turn one. So Matt Artem, I thought he was definitely going to concede the position there, but he had other thoughts. And he's able to retake P2. 3.5 minutes left. Artem, Ramdani and Carres, second, third and fourth. All battling it out. That is Mercedes in the background. That's not fourth position. Devin Anthony, it looks like he's... Oh, we've got contact between Carres and Ramdani going into Lesmo 1. And Carres is able to get it done. So finally, he's able to put his Porsche in a podium position. Let's just see the replay of that one. And we pick it up just as they make contact. He's able to get through there. And Juan Carres finally has got one foot on the podium. He's got a matter of minutes to hold on to it as we go back to live pictures. Ramdani now going around the outside. Last time he got a good run out of here, but it was Artem was able to retake the position under brakes. Juan Carres has got to hold off. Couple of minutes left. Gage Gonzalez is 30 seconds into his lap already. And Ramdani able to take it back. Is he going to suffer the same fate as the lap before? No, he's not. So Juan Carres loses P3 in the dying stages of this one. He's going to fight back here. They're going to go side by side through the Curva Grande. Tucks into the slipstream of the Aston Martin. Aston Martin goes defensive, covering off the inside line. Got to make it hard for Carres. A little bit of oversteer on the exit. Going to follow him through Lesmo 1. Ramdani can't make a mistake for the rest of this race. Matt Artem has just skipped away from these two. A couple of seconds up the road, puff of dust from the car in front. Now Ascari, we've seen plenty of action through here already. Are we going to see any more?
Right, man.
Leaders on the final lap. Car is absolutely sending at the back end, wanting to step out. Doesn't quite. He's able to keep it straight and facing the right way. But unfortunately for him, that's just opened up a little bit more of a gap for Ramdani. And it's now a second between these two. And this will be their final lap. Gage Gonzalez has begun the final lap. We heard the notification. That's Valentine just getting out of the way there. And now Ramdani, that's what he has ahead of him. The car just up ahead is the Audi, 414 Audi, Matt Artem. These drivers are all on their final lap. Got a little bit of traffic here to navigate as well. So just add a little bit more spice to the end of this one. Surprisingly, didn't see any penalties for track violations today, which is good. Credit to all the drivers out there. So just a bit of lap traffic. I think that's Devin Anthony just ahead of him in the Porsche. That'll be Kenneth Ruston in there as well. Carres not able to make up enough ground at the moment. So it's going to be a great result for Matt Artem. America United Racing. They've just avoided that. That is an Audi spun there. That's Jusman. Almost caused a little bit of chaos towards the end, but Gage Gonzalez, he put it on pole. He's gone 2 from 2. He makes it 3 from 3. Congratulations, Gage Gonzalez. An absolutely dominating victory for him today. As we go back to the battle for second and third, Matt Artem looking to hold off. Just needs to navigate Parabolica. And then he's able to send it home and take a very well-earned P2. No issue there. Congratulations, Matt Artem. Just needs to finish the corner now. Head onto the straight. Well done, Matt Artem takes home P2. Congratulations. Hard fought for him. Ramdani in third. Juan Carres in fourth. Matt Devine, after the going airborne at Ascari, he's looking to come home P5. That Porsche looks very battered and bruised. But congratulations, top 5 for him. McSharpenberry 6th. Trainer coming home 7th. Retro Coffin coming home 8th. Congratulations to him. Andrew Sherman. Oh, have a look at this. Smith and Jimmy battling it out. They're going to go all the way to the line. And looks like Smith just got in there. Burakovsky, congratulations, silver class winner. Well done to him. Steve Young, Andre Robinson, coming home 14th. Schneider in second in class, 15th outright. Eric Lloyd, he's 16th. Nandava 16th. Albers, wrong one. And then we've got all the other finishes. So Rowdy Burns, he is the AM driver. He takes out the AM class victory as well. Whoa, man, what a race. That was awesome. That was action-packed. So Gage Gonzalez is our outright winner. Matt Artem and Ramdani, that's your podium. Silver class, it's Burakovsky takes home the class win. Schneider and Vadik in third. And then it was Rowdy Burns for the AM class. And I don't know if the other AM guys are in here as well. So let's see if any of my replays saved here. We'll do a quick little recap. I'll see if they did. Yeah, I'll get out of there. Alright, let me quit out of here. Let me just see. Didn't look like they were. But I'll just double check. They didn't. Damn it. Alright. Cool. Alright, well, that's everything. So, congratulations to those drivers once again. Gage Gonzalez makes it 3 from 3. That's round 3 of the championship all sorted. We are moving on to round number 4, which will be around Spa in a couple of weeks. So, I hope you all enjoyed the stream today. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend as well. My name is Nick. Thanks for joining me. And I'll see you in a couple of weeks for round number 4. In the meantime, on the Race on Oz network as well, round 1 of the second season of 2023 for the Race on Oz PC boys kicks off tomorrow night around Valencia. So if you've got some spare time, please tune in. Looking to be a cracker as well. All right, that's it for this evening. Have a great rest